Bali, historically known as a place of healing, spirituality, and wellness, has become host to a growing number of addiction and mental health rehabs, as well as a vibrant recovery community. In this episode, we journey to this unique Southeast Asian island to learn what makes it such an attractive healing destination.
Bali has become a bit more of a hub for recovery and rehabilitation centers. It's not just a party destination. There's also so much healing that goes on this island.
You come here and it's like it's automatically stepping into sort of a holiday vibe, a more relaxed pace of life. People are often coming from very busy, hectic lives with a lot of stress, and they land in Bali and it's like they can just breathe again and start to slow down.
So we can spend one day on the beach surfing, and the next day we can be going up into the mountains and going through jungles with monkeys and rice paddies.
The people who are just full of spirituality in their own culture, and their energy is something really healing in their energy. They're constantly smiling and engaging and accepting.
The first rehab we visit is Kembali Recovery Center. Kembali is located in Ubud, widely considered the spiritual heart of Bali, and even Asia as a whole. In Ubud, you will find temples, waterfalls, monkeys, holistic healing centers, as well as majestic rice fields and mountain views. Kembali Recovery Center is quite literally in the middle of this, with spectacular views all around and one of the most famous waterfalls in Bali, a 5-minute walk away. The center is family-run, founded together by Clayton and his mother Deb.
Hi guys, welcome to the Kembali Recovery Center located here in the beautiful country of Bali, Indonesia, amongst the rice fields and the bikes and the beautiful Mount Agung up in the distance. Why don't I give you guys a tour of our facility? So this is our facility here at the Kembali Recovery Center. As you can see, we've got the beautiful pool, we've got a beautiful location here. With the Balinese architecture as well, it's really made for a nice natural energy of the house. Now, in regards to treatment in Bali, one of the things I've always loved about our business here in Bali is we're able to offer really competitive prices with that same professional level of treatment that you would find back home. I remember for myself trying to find treatment costing $30,000 to $40,000, and it was really difficult for me. I wasn't able to afford it. I didn't have insurance. So we've tried to open our center at the lowest cost that we possibly could so that we could help as many families as we could. So this is the famous Tegenungan waterfall. It's one of the most famous waterfalls on the island. We're extremely lucky at Kembali that we live only 5 minutes away from this location. So we do morning walks down here after our first week. We spend 10 to 20 minutes down here meditating in the morning. It really lets you get in touch with nature. And the fact that we are so close to this, we're blessed by that option.
Our program again is also a little different in that we have set intake dates. So everybody does a 28-day program together. They start at the same time. They work through the program that we're very specific about, and so that they can grow together. It can feel like you've known these people for all your life because you open up with them, and it's magical in creating connection for addicts, because alcoholics and addicts often isolate. We isolate strongly at the end of our careers of drinking and drugging, and that's powerful to create a community where you build connection with people.
So here at Kembali, we believe in a mixture between the realities of holistic wellness and also the therapeutic wellness and the science of addiction. We have one of our counselors here who was trained by the Dalai Lama's medicine guru in meditation bowls. One of the other things we do is we have yoga sessions here twice a week with an amazing yoga instructor who is a Balinese gentleman from the island. And he is one of the most gifted yoga instructors I've ever met. So I think some of the biggest benefits for leaving your home country to coming to a place like Bali for treatment are, it's an easier place to get out of your own head. Find a way to change old thinking patterns by being in a new environment, to see how another side of the world lives, to see the beauty of something you've never seen before.
After our time in Ubud, we drove south to Sanur Beach to meet with the team behind the Lighthouse Bali. The Lighthouse doesn't have a traditional rehab facility, but instead offers specifically one-to-one, completely personalized treatment based out of private villas in Sanur Beach. This approach is seen elsewhere in Europe and the US, but upon arriving, we immediately took note of the attraction of a program like this in Bali.
So this is one of our client villas. So it's a 2-bedroom pool villa. So we do individual care, which means that they will have a support worker with them 24/7, but they'll be really comfortable in a safe environment. So let me show you into the villa. So this is a 2-bedroom villa. So we have the pool, the bedroom, guest bedroom, and the living room and kitchen. If they want to go for a walk, if they need to go get some food, if they want to go to a cafe shop and have an espresso or a cappuccino, they can go at any time. So we're much more flexible around that, where they're not actually stuck in here. So in the morning, we actually advise to go on a beach walk and to see the local area. We feel for rehabilitation, for a balanced lifestyle, that's part of integrating back into the community and also creating connections.
So once they're here, and after the initial assessment or intake here, then a program will be put together. You know, what modalities, if you like, which therapy or which therapist would be most ideally suited for the particular client. We have very highly trained and qualified staff who work here in terms of the counselling and therapy support staff. So we have PhD, like doctors of clinical psychology, and minimum master's level counsellors and psychotherapists who work here, providing a range of different therapy modalities. Every client is different, yeah. So, you know, we could have someone really young coming in. You know, we've had a 17-year-old young woman from New York came in recently, yeah. And so she had very, you know, special requirements and needs and things she wanted to do while she was here, yeah. So, you know, she did art therapy, hip-hop lessons, went, you know, learning to surf, as well as the regular, more therapy-oriented and 12-step program work as well. And then that might contrast with, you know, we have another client, he'd probably be in his 50s, you know, from Australia, a businessman, yeah, and who's been here a couple of times, and he comes back like quite regularly for like a wellness sober retreat, if you like, or yeah. So that's really helpful for him. So everyone's really different. There's no real typical client. So that's the beauty of the Lighthouse, is that in fact it caters for all kinds of people from all walks of life. Yeah.
With so many high-quality rehabs and wellness retreats on the island to choose from, Bali is set to continue as a healing destination for people from all walks of life, all over the world.
I've always believed, and it was told to me, what you search for on this island is what you will find, and it'll be magnified on this island. So if you look for recovery here, if you look for healing on this island, you'll find it in tenfold.